Hi guys, Miss Trace. Day 3 of VBS. I can't believe it's our last day already. So I'm going to get right to it. Your last craft with me is going to be a prayer bag. Now, this prayer bag is not very sturdy. It's not very heavy. This prayer bag is meant to hold paper. And let me tell you what those pieces of paper are going to look like. So, you're learning today about neighbors. What we learn in the Bible is that God wants us to love him with all of our hearts, all of our souls, all of our minds. And he wants us to love our neighbors the same way we love ourselves. What does that mean? That means that because he loves us so much, and we get to love him back so much, he wants us to show other people the same kind of love. And the best way that you can show somebody your love is to pray for them. Now, I don't know about you guys, but I don't always carry a pen and paper around with me. And I certainly don't always feel like writing down big sentences. So what I'm going to do this summer is I'm going to keep a piece of paper close to me at home, or ready for me to use it whenever I want. And throughout my day, I'm going to ask the people that I come into contact with how I can pray for them. And that could be praying for something that they need, or if they're not feeling well, or if their dog is sick, or if they want to pray for something that we can pray for, that's awesome. You can always thank God as well. You can thank him for the new friend that you made at the pool. You can thank them for the vacation that you're going to go on. You can thank him for the dinner that you had that night. But what I'm going to do, instead of making long sentences, because some of you haven't even learned how to make sentences yet, huh? So I'm going to keep paper next to me, and when I come home from wherever I was, I'm going to start to make pictures. So if someone told me that their dog is sick, I'm going to make myself a little picture. Can you guys see what I'm doing here? You can't, can you? I'm going to make myself a little picture of a little dog, and I'm going to put it in my prayer. Look at that. I'm going to put it in my prayer bag. Just that easy. Look at that. Little dog. I know, he's silly looking, isn't he? I'm going to fold it up. I'm going to plop it in my prayer bag. And when I say my prayers at night, I'm going to get to my prayer bag. And I'm going to put my hand inside, and I'm going to pick out a piece of paper, and I'm going to look at it. And even though it doesn't have any words on it whatsoever, I'm going to remember why I drew a picture of a dog. And I'm going to remember who I want to pray for and why. Here's how we're going to make your bag. Okay? Don't forget. Love your neighbor as you love yourself. Let's start. You're going to find your day 3 bag. It should be the only craft bag that you have left. It's just a little guy this time. Okay? Inside there, you're going to find a big piece of string. You're going to find a piece of plastic. And you're going to find some beads. Now, some other things that you might still have hanging around since the first day that we haven't used. In that little extras bag that I told you about to begin with, you might still have a little frog. Isn't he cute? I love these little guys. Sometimes they land on my face. Sometimes they just hop around with these guys. You guys haven't met my friends yet, huh? Those are 2 birdies. Look at this guy. He's very cool. Anyway, so you might have this hanging out in your bag still. You might also have some of these stickers left. You might have some of these stickers left in that extras bag. These can be very helpful. We can use them, or we don't have to use them, whatever you want. So let's get started. First thing we're going to do is get your piece of colored plastic here. Some might be blue, some might be green, some might have pineapples on them. What you want to make sure of is that you don't open it up the whole way like this. And if you do, fold it back in half so that the fold is at the bottom, okay? What you're going to see is that there's some of these little holes on the sides of your plastic. There's 6 of them. And they go clear through to the other side of the plastic. Okay, those are going to be our sewing holes. So, if you have some of these guys left, okay, what you can do is you can put one of these little circles around one of those holes. See that? That little hole is inside of my little round sticker. If you have some of these left and you want to do that, that'll help you see where the sewing holes are. Now, I, myself, only have a few left on my little thing here, but I'm going to try to make sure that you have enough to use for this craft. If you don't, it's no big deal. Okay, so if you want to, once you put all of your little circles around your holes, I want you to take your piece of yarn here, okay? And if it has a knot in it, either get it out, or I'm going to use the other end of mine. So I want you to take your piece of yarn, okay? And I want you to start threading it through the little holes. Okay, so here's my first one. I'm going to push my yarn through the first little hole. Okay, so now it's on the inside, and I'm going to find the hole that was on the same hole that was on the other side, and I'm going to push it through to the other side. Okay, so what I'm doing here, now I put that piece of yarn the whole way through. Okay, so now it's from that side clear through to that side. Now what you're going to do is you are going to take the same piece of yarn and you're going to put it through the hole on the same side where it ended up, okay? So now, on the side without my little stickers, I'm going to put it through this little hole. Okay? And if you need to make the holes bigger, if you have a pen or a pencil, you can take your pen, the tip of your pen or pencil, you can put it through the hole just a little bit so that you can make it bigger, and it might be easier to get your thread through or your yarn through. Okay, so now it's through that side. I'm going to find the same hole on the inside that goes through the other side. I think you get the picture, huh? Just accidentally tore one of my holes. Oopsie daisy. Okay, so this trace is not perfect, and I just ripped one of my holes. But it just goes to show, it's okay. We'll still make it through the craft. So I'm going to keep doing this the whole way up this side. Do you hear my rainforest noises? It sounds like it's storming, right? And if you remember from yesterday, I love that sound. So I'm going to thread my yarn through all of these little holes. Okay? And when you do one whole side, what you want to do for me is at the end, okay, you want to leave a little yarn down here, and you want to tie a knot, maybe not the whole way down, just tie a knot in some of the yarn that's left here at the bottom. Okay, tie a knot. There we go. Okay, and that knot you do not want to pull through your bag. Just leave it right there. And leave yourself some yarn down here, okay? Now we still have all this yarn left. That's good. That's a good thing. So we ended up on the back side here. The side without any of my stickers. But wherever you ended up, you're going to go across that same side. Okay? You're going to go across to the next hole, but on the top, okay? So you want to put your yarn through the top hole of the other side. I need to make my holes a little bit bigger. Okay, so I'm going to put my little pen tip or my pencil tip through there. Pull my yarn through. I'm going to do it to the other side so it comes out the front. I'm going to make that hole a little bit bigger too. Okay. Boop, boop, boop. There it is. Okay. So now my bag is coming along. So now I'm going to leave myself a little bit of yarn up here so that I have a way to carry it or to hang it, okay? So we're going to do the same exact thing down the other side as we did on the other side. Okay, so I'm going to pause my video here. You can pause my video here, and you can finish threading your yarn down the second side of your bag. And I will be right back with you. Okay, I'm back. So this is what my bag looks like now. Okay, it's been threaded the whole way up and down both sides, and now I have all this extra string left. What you want to do is you want to decide how much yarn you want up here. This seems just about perfect for my liking. So I'm going to keep this much yarn up here. I'm going to find the end of my string. And what I want to do is I want to put another knot there. Okay? I want to leave myself at the bottom. I want to leave myself about as much as I did on the other side. Okay, so I'm going to meet them here in the middle. Okay, and I'm going to cut some off of this side. All right. So now I'm left with this. This side has a knot in it. This side doesn't yet, but I'm about to put a knot there so that it doesn't come unthreaded. Right? If you need help getting your knots tied, just ask mom or dad or a sister or a brother or someone that's around you that is a good knot tire. Okay? You might have to do like a double knot. They'll know what that means. Just ask. Okay, so I'm going to put my knot there so it doesn't become unthreaded. Okay? Okay, good, good, good. All right, let me show you. See, now I have 2 knots just right there at the bottom. Awesome. Okay, so the reason that I left some extra hanging here is because that's where you can put your beads. You can thread beads on to your yarn. You might need to clip the end a little bit because sometimes it gets frayed and it gets really hard to thread the beads through it. So, la la la. I'm only going to do one because you have all the time that you want to put as many beads on as you want. When you're done making your beads, just slide them the whole way up your piece of yarn. Okay, I'm going to clip that again because it got a little frayed. I said I was only going to do one, but I really want to do 2. Okay, now I get this bead on here. If you're having a hard time getting your yarn through your bead, as you can see, I did too a little bit. Just take your time. Okay, when you're done putting your beads on, okay, I want you to get your adult, or if you can do it, awesome. Make yourself another knot, okay, so that your beads don't fall off. And I'm going to knot it one more time because those beads have pretty big holes, so I don't want them to slide over the knot again. I might even do a triple knot just to make sure they don't fall off. Okay. All right, so that's my beaded side. Okay, you can do that on both sides, and then you can clip the rest of this extra off because it really doesn't have much of a purpose there. Okay, so I'm going to do the same thing to my other side, but I'm not going to make you sit here and wait for me to do it. So I'm going to go ahead and clip that. Now, for the fun part, now you get to decorate it however you want to, okay? I am going to put my stickers on. I'm going to put, remember those from day one? I'm going to put a couple of those on. I'm going to take my Sharpie and I'm going to make a cross because the cross, of course, is our reminder of what Jesus did on the cross for us so that we could be made right with God and we could have a relationship with Jesus and our sins could be forgiven. And we could have a relationship with the same God who made everything. So cool, right? It's so cool. So I'm going to put VBS on mine. I'm going to write, I love Jesus. Because I sure do. And because I love Jesus, I'm going to write, I love my neighbor. And again, you don't have to write any words on yours, okay? You can decorate yours however you want to, but I would really love to see a cross on it because that reminds us that it was made at VBS, okay? So there is our little prayer bag. And I hope that this is a blessing to you this summer. I hope that you had an amazing time at VBS this year. And I hope that we get to see each other very, very soon. And thank you so much for doing crafts with me again this year. Have a good summer.